Hello friends, this is Wendy with Love and Stampin'. Today we are just doing a simple card that's great for mass producing. So we're using the Breaking News stamp set. I recently made this card that I'm going to share with you today for a swap. I love making swap cards and participating in swaps, and this was a lot of fun to make. The Breaking News set is super cute, and I've placed my stamps on two of the Stamparatus windows, or what do you call these, plates, and I'm going to ink them up with Memento Tuxedo black ink and then stamp them. And the great thing about this stamp set is that it is really for any occasion. It doesn't really matter what occasion you're trying to create a card for, your bases are covered with this stamp set. So if you don't have this one yet, there is a link in the description below this video where you can go and purchase it. It's pretty inexpensive, and it's really versatile, so you'll have it for a long time in your craft room, and it will be able to be used for lots and lots of things. Today we are using it for a birthday card. So here you can see it really comes together. I'm stamping the title at the top with kind of like what the head message would be, and then we're going to do some coloring. Before we do that, I'm going to cut out this entire stamped image. So fussy cutting is something that's really simple to do, especially on a shape like this that is so basic. This is not a really difficult shape to fussy cut. So if you have never done fussy cutting before and you're ready to start trying, this is a great stamp set to try on. The little cake that you saw me stamp below is a cake that I stamped for another card that I made not too long ago in a video, and it had used just the cake from this stamp set in combination with other stamps. So there's also small images in this stamp set that you can use on lots of other cards and stuff too. It's not just made for this, but the fun thing is it's made for this. So all the little images fit. There's a couple of little champagne glasses. Well, you saw at the beginning, the little champagne glasses. They're so cute. So now we're going to do the coloring, and I kept the coloring really simple. I'm just doing So Saffron ink, and I think Flirty Flamingo here is my other color, and I'm alternating in between. And I was thinking this kind of had the resemblance of like a strawberry lemon cake or something like that. So that's kind of what I was thinking in my head when I was coloring it. And then just adding all of my other color in, and then I'll go in and add the yellow as well. So we are going to get into a little story time here as I color. For those who aren't familiar, or you're brand new, this might be your first video you've ever watched from me. One day a week, generally Saturdays, I do Saturday story time where I just share a little bit about my life and what's going on. And today I am going to be doing that. If that's not really your thing, you can just listen to some music and put me on mute, or fast forward or watch another YouTuber, whatever suits your fancy. So let's get into this. I'm going to make this as brief as possible because today's video is not very long. By the way, I'm using soft suede to color the inside of this cake to make it look like chocolate. My original plan for this last week, was to go to Utah, to St. George, and be with several of my fellow stamping friends. My friend Rhonda Wade, organized a retreat for those of us who earned the incentive trip but didn't get to go because Stampin' Up! Canceled it, and I was really excited and anxious to get to go to do this, and unfortunately I never left. I didn't get to go. Plans were changed and canceled due to my husband's work schedule, and my cousin Shannon had already flown out from Montana to go with me. So instead, we decided to take off for one night to Tahoe and made the best out of a bad situation. So we went to Tahoe for the night, and we ate at Hell's Kitchen. So for those of you who are not familiar with this, Gordon Ramsay is a chef on TV. He has several TV shows, but my favorite TV show, the one that got me hooked on Gordon Ramsay, is Hell's Kitchen. If you've never watched it, I think it's available on Amazon Prime. You can go watch it there. But it is an actual restaurant. There's one in LA, there's one in Las Vegas, and there's one in Tahoe. So I don't live very far from Lake Tahoe. So we opted to go to Lake Tahoe for the night. I made reservations to have dinner at Hell's Kitchen. And then the following morning, we got up, got massages, and came home so that I could be back home in time to be here for my daughter and all my animals while my husband had to do his work stuff. The word disappointment is not large enough for the feeling, the emotion I have regarding what happened this last week, but also recognizing that part of it was my poor planning. I guess I could have had a better plan. I thought I had a good enough plan in place, but apparently, clearly, I did not. So going forward, I just know if I'm going to travel, I need to have a better plan. I will say that this has pretty much soured me on traveling. I think when you have as many animals as we have, it just adds this whole layer of complication to getting out of town. And I struggle with asking for help that will require somebody to alter their life. Does that make sense? Like, I can ask somebody for help very easily that's working for me, or that is, like I'm having a dinner party and I need help taking the trays out to the table. That's a very easy thing for me to ask. But when it's like, hey, can you come stay at my house for 3 days and help take care of my kid and my animals? And by the way, my kid has swim team and she has this and she has that. We had a plan, it fell through. And then the backup plans we tried didn't come through. And it was one of those situations where I either canceled or lost all my money by not canceling. And that didn't feel like a good option. And I tried really hard to work the situation out. So I just have to believe in my heart of hearts that there was a reason that I didn't go. And I did enjoy my time with my cousin Shannon, who came to visit from Montana. She, of course, was disappointed, I'm sure. She didn't make it a big deal, which I appreciated, but I'm certain she was disappointed in not getting to go on the trip we had planned. We were supposed to even go see Mary Poppins in theater, like a live play. We had tickets for that. Luckily, I was able to sell those. So at the end of the day, 90% of what we had planned was salvaged financially. And it is what it is. It's all okay. The reason this video is up so late is because I had to voice over it. And I had to come to grips with doing that. So if you're like, what does that mean? What do you mean by that? Basically, voice-overing a video for me is one of my least favorite jobs in what I do. Not because of the voiceover, but because of the time. So I've already recorded the video, then I edit the video, then I go back over the video and put a voiceover over the top of it. That's very time consuming. So having to delete the voiceover and do it again was like, I just had to wrap my head around it. So here I embossed Flirty Flamingo cardstock with brick and mortar embossing folder. And then I was going to wrap this ribbon around this cardstock. And I did it, and then I didn't like it. So you'll see I'll take it off here in a minute. I'm a clean and simple girl. If things start getting too muckety muck, I don't really like it. So all of that is to say, I ended up being able to attend my daughter's swim meet today. And I was thrilled with that because she had an amazing race today that went really well. And, life is what it is, right? I am blessed beyond measure for all the wonderful blessings in my life. And missing a trip is not the end of the world. So that's what happened. That is my week in a nutshell. So to finish off this card, I put this little newspaper clipping on here, kind of cattywampus. And then I just added it to a card base and it was done. And that was it. And I did a whole bunch of those for a swap. If you want to shop with me, I would so appreciate it. Shop loveandstampin.com. If you want to watch more videos from me, click either one you see here. And I'll talk to you guys again very, very soon. Bye-bye.